Everybody, it's Angela with Daisy King Farm, and one of the things that I am doing this year, learning a new skill, is canning. Water bath can, pressure can, all the ways to preserve your harvest out of your garden. We had a huge garden this year, and so a lot of the things are going to go bad before we can eat them, even when we eat a lot. So this year I'm going to try some new things, and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. So one of the things you can do that I've been told is you can freeze your green beans. So after you pick them, and as you know, Patera was over here last week and her family to help us pick green beans, and we have a ton. So I'm going to freeze some of them. So from what I've been told and the research I've done, you can just put your clean and dried green beans into a freezer bag, which I have done right here. And then when you get the amount that you want in there, you just zip it almost all the way full. Push out the air that you can, and then stick a straw over into the corner like that. And then you just suck the air out. And now it's nice and tight and ready to go in the freezer. Alright, so I'm just going to take a Sharpie, and I'm writing the month and the year that I put these in there. And then I'm just going to take them and stick them in our freezer. As you can see, they lay right on top of each other, and when you just need some green beans, just pull out a package, and I've packed them to where that would be enough for all of us to eat out of one bag. And another way that you can keep your green beans is, of course, pressure canning. Now, this is something I just learned how to do this year as well. I was always intimidated by it, but I had a lady that's in her late 70s show me how to can, and then she gifted me a lot of her quart-sized jars. So I have 52 quart jars here with green beans, and then of course I've got some pickles over here. The other thing I'm going to do that I learned from Patera is she pickles her green beans. I guess a lot of you do. It's called dilly beans. So I'm going to fill these jars up, and what she taught me to do is lay the jar on its side and just start filling the jars up like this until they're nice and tight and full. So after I get done filling these jars up, we'll come back and put the spices in and show you how we pickle it. So this is the ball blue bic that I have. It's pretty current, and you'll find the dilly beans recipe in here, and it's pretty easy, looks like. The only difference that I'm doing in mine is from what Patera with Appalachia's Homestead was telling me, is that she adds a leaf of fresh basil. So since I have plenty of basil outside in my herb garden, I'm going to do that too and see how it turns out. Okay, so I'll put a link to Patera's video right here on the video she did making dilly beans and canning peaches. Alright, so you just fill up the jar, lay it on its side, fill it up as tight as possible. So we have the vinegar, 2.5 cups. We have 2.5 cups of water, adding that to the vinegar. Then we add the garlic to each jar. Alright, you add your dill, and then I'm going to place 1 leaf of basil in each jar. Okay, I added my pickling salt to the water and vinegar mixture, and I'm just going to stir it up until it dissolves. Okay, the ball canning book says to once you combine the salt, the water, and the vinegar, you bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat to a simmer for about 10 minutes. Going to fill it up until you have about a 1/2 inch headspace. Okay, I have my jar filled, so now I'm just going to put the lid on. Make sure you wipe the top of the rim of the jar clean first. Put your lid on and then just hand tighten it down. So these are out of the water bath and they have cooled and they look pretty good. So in a couple days I'll open them up and see how they taste. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.